There are a couple of popular javalis in Kannada. One is Vanipondu Kanada, everyone's heard it. The other is Charumati Upacharam, one of the few javalis in Mishra Chaptana. I'll not be singing that one, I'll be singing Vanipondu, but again beautiful compositions, but both of them somehow have the same color of Kannada, but the flow of the javali is absolutely different. Vanipondu has a peppy feel to it, and even later on there are sangadis, that faster sangadis that denote the punch in the composition. So interesting point about this javali is it is present in the Javalilu by T.S. Parthasarathi as a composition of Dharmapuri Subbarayar. However, also in the book of javalis of Chinnaiyya of the Tanjavur quartet, the same javali is present there, also attributed to Chinnaiyya. So it has multiple references to it. Of course, there is nothing evident in the composition lyrics that is being sung today that attributes it explicitly either to Dharmapuri Subbarayar or to Chinnaiyya, because Chinnaiyya will use either Brihadisha, or given their affiliation to the court of Swati Tirunal, they would have also used that is a quartet could have also used Sarasi Janaba or one of those, but mostly it would be Brihadisha. That's not present in this composition. Dharmapuri Subbarayar's signature, that is Dharmapuri Shudu or Dharmapurisha, that is also not present here. Vanipondu saluvadane, Vanipondu saluvadane, Vanipondu saluvadane, Vanitamani Vanipondu saluvadane, Vanitamani Vanipondu saluvadane, Vanitamani Vanipondu saluvadane, Vanitamani Vanipondu saluvadane. Sanamata lilla dani, 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 Sadaname satamanu chunundeti, Dani sadaname satamanu chunundeti, Dani sadaname sadamanu chunundeti, Dani sadaname sadamanu chundeti, Vanipondu saluvadane, Vanitamani Vanipondu saluvadane. Kamavil tudayu ammuna potula, Kamavil tudayu annula potula, Kamavil tudayu ammuna potula, Romuna natena kamavrasi chinna, Kamavil tudeyu annula botula romuna natena kamavrasi china romuna natena kamavrasi china romuna natena kamavrasi china romuna natena kamavrasi china Kommanam pivegatodi Kommanam pivegatodi Kommanam pivegatodi Temmanil nedani pommani balkinna Dani temmanil dani pommani balkina Dani pommanil dani pommani balkina Dani temmanil dani pommani balkina Vanipondu saluvadane Vanitamanniyala Vanipondu saluvadane So this padam is very widely sung by the Brindamma school. Srimati Vegavahini Vijay Raghavan has also sung this in a recording on YouTube, link in the description. So in the Charanam, Kamavil, so this is more about dynamics of how they sing some things. Kamavil tudayu amula botula romuna natena kamavrasi china. So when she sings romuna, it's not romuna, it doesn't come that plainly. Kamavil tudayu annula botula romuna natena. There's one crispness that comes along with that romuna. It's very infectious actually. Romuna natena kamavrasi china. And if you look at the bigger picture, or if you look at the macro, these things will not matter. Nobody might even care about these small nuances here and there, but for some reason that interests me, that piques my interest, because that suddenly brings a world of difference. In Kamavil tudayu annula botula romuna natena Kamavil tudayu annula botula romuna nat. That one crispness, 1 second of pump there really gives something more to the composition, is of course my observation and my experience of hearing this. So another instance of this is Vanitamanniyala Vanitamanniyala. So they will sing it twice. So the first time will be Vanitamanniyala. Second time Vanitamanniyala. So just looping the re in the first sangadi, the second time reaching and touching that re and coming back, that kind of changes it's the same sangadi. If you notate it, it's going to be the same sangadi, but there's a dynamic difference in the way it's being presented, which is very, very beautiful. So these are the small things that keep happening in padams and javalis. In padams even more, but they are also considered to be, bigger compositions, more difficult to sing. So a lot of attention is generally paid while padams are taught and learned. But in the case of Javali, it's taught like a normal kriti. But here are some nuances that are probably important in the delivery, because these are the people that we have always heard Javalis sing. We have heard Ramnad Krishnan here sing, we have heard Brindamma sing, we have heard Muktama sing, and everyone in their lineage we have heard them sing. And so when that becomes your source of truth, or when that becomes your reference, these are the small minute things that probably will also be very useful if carried forward. Is my humble opinion in this matter. But even as I try to replicate all these sangadis, the sangadis that you will hear in the description will be like a class apart, because that all those renditions come with that experience and that all the back end work that comes along with it.